next minute. If there's not too much missed. Let's get to working and hopefully they'll come up soon. Okay, so right now here we got ourselves a boy Falco. What I'm also going to do is I'm probably going to, let me save this really quick. I'm gonna pop open. Damn it, did I just do what I think I did? I did. Hold on. Okay, now I save it. Go here, save as. What I'm also going to do is I'm going to open boxes, the cross-reference between the two. I keep going back and forth. But what I also would like to do, now that I'm thinking about it, let me pop open browser really quick to pull over a reference. I want to see how Fox and Falco look in Smash Ultimate. Get a better idea. I know the fur is going to need tweaking. That much I know for sure. And I also know that their clothes are based off of their Star Fox Zero design, more so. But I can get an idea of the materials being used and sort of use it as sort of a comparison. Alright, so we got Falco in. Let's start applying some materials here. What do we got? Where are the final Smash eyes? Don't need this. Don't need this. Oh, that's not the final Smash eye. The face. I'm assuming it's number 9. Yep, was correct. Alright, so he has his own blaster. On that note, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. So Falco in Falco's Subspace Emissary scene, he holds 2 blasters. I think someone linked it to me earlier. If not, we can just look it up really quick. Alright, this will work fine. I can't type. So, blah blah, arrow, nonsense. Falco should be showing up right here. So, as we skip through it, as we see this backlit. Right here. Falco has 2 blasters. Sakurai thought it apt to give Falco 2 blasters. What's also annoying is that neither of the blasters are using the gun opening animation that they use when they shoot in the cutscene, which is annoying. But does this confirm that Falco is a dual wielder? I don't know, maybe so. It's something to consider for Falco's render. Something to consider. I also already know I want his gun out, so I'm already just gonna go right out and hide this. A hole? Be a hole in the mesh. Oh well. Alright, we got Falco. We gotta start looking at his materials the way we did Fox's. But the lazy thing I could do is just import Fox and then just like draw the comparisons between the two and delete Fox when I'm done. I might just do that. It'll be easier for me to sort of reference if Fox is also here. Then I can literally just copy and paste the node setups for from Marth as I need them. I might just do that. Alright, let's see here. Let's open up. Well, let's import actually from Fox. Let's go ahead and get a lot of things here. I might just take the gun too. So here we got Fox, yeah. Whoa, hold on, no, that's not what No, I want to move the armature, please. God, no! Damn. We're in Stop! Damn. Alright, so here we got something. At least we got something to base off of. We got this. Right now it's linked to that. But if I go ahead and... I could duplicate this entire armature. I could just link it over to Falco's... At the very least, his right hand. For now, it's there. Gonna keep the same gun open animation. Textures used in the gun are gonna be the same. I can always swap them out, but for the most part, they're the same, I believe. But let's start setting up Falco materials. Let's do some of the ones that are shared between him and Fox really quick. So, let's see here. Headgear 1. Headgear, it's gonna be basically the same, I have a feeling. So if I just like take this, take all of this, minus the normal map stuff, because I'm gonna be moving away from the normal map stuff. I'm moving to bump map just because of the nature of Brawl models. I'm gonna do that for now. Pop this down. Use nodes. Pop this. Delete everything. Pop this down. Delete this, and then let's pop in this texture. Yeah, that already maps out well. Enough. Okay. So if we look at Fox's headset, we'll notice that the mic is actually on a completely different object, so I'm going to have to do the same here. Just to take this thing and separate it to a different material. Oh, whoop, hold on. Okay, that's squared away. The visor I want to basically copy outright this nonsense. Except for this. And then link the modifiers. Except for that one. I goofed there. There we go. So that's that. Yeah, okay, the gun is as it should be. I don't need to worry about the gun anymore. So what I can do for now is I can just completely hide the gun. Don't need to be seeing any of it. Huh, that's odd. For some reason, I can't connect to my Twitch chat. But I see you, Link. I see you now. I couldn't see you earlier. But yeah, okay, so the reason I'm just gonna explain the whole bump map, normal map thing really quick. So when you see a normal map, let me open up Fox's folder because he still has some. There are a couple of different spaces you can refer, you can orient a normal map. So let's see here. Go into textures, standard. This is basically considered a tangent space normal map. You'll see a lot of this like bluish purple color in default. This is sort of like all the neutral areas, and then you see all these like different little colored bits. You know what I could actually do now that I think about it? Let me see if I can do something really quick. Mouse options. Probably. I bet you it's now easier to see my mouse. I bet you. Oh, there we go. I don't particularly mind it. Having a big ass pointer. It's easier to see. But, so this is what is considered a normal map in tangent space. So in tangent space, normal map, so let me take a Fox for example right here, his jacket. We're looking at his texture already. So it'll look like this when you use it in non-color data. In color data space it looks like that, but we're looking at it primarily like this, so you get this light blue color. Ooh, this song's a hype one. Alright, hold it up. So you'll see it like this, and basically what this means is, given the normal direction of the surface, the red, blue, and green channels determine how much the surface is tilted vertically, horizontally, and any elevation it has relative to the normal surface that is normally generated by the map. Object space does it a little differently, in where instead of it's based off of the normal direction of the surface, it's based off of the normal direction of the surface in relation to sort of like the space it's in. So like if I like tangent space, it's interpreted as such, and this is generally what we want it to look like. It's fine. And if we go to object space, you see it looks very different. Because now it's doing it in a object space rather than in a tangent space, so the tangents get calculated completely differently. World space is in another completely different mapping altogether, and these maps are not generated at all for any of these other object spaces other than tangent space. So I don't want to use anything other than tangent space, because then the normal maps are very incorrect. Or even object space. I might switch to object space, but even then I feel like I'm stretching it. What happens a lot of the time with the Brawl models, in order to save space, like take for example this. Fox's face is, you only get the one side of his face, and then the model, so then the model assigns half of the face to this texture, and then it flips the other half of the face to also map onto this texture. What that means then is that one of the directions in the normal map, at least, is inverted. So anywhere that it would normally say like up or left, it now says right for the model. And this causes an issue, especially at the seam where the two halves of the mesh meet, which is very unsightly. And unless you take fully into account when generating the normal map, that seam and that difference in the UV space, especially if like there's multiple different UV islands that are connecting to each other, you get these unsightly normal seams. So, given that, and I don't have the tools particularly to really deal with that right at the moment, it's just easier to generate bump maps, which just really sort of generate a height map, and then you can calculate shadow from that. It's not as detailed as normal maps, but we don't run into the seam issue nearly as badly. So I'm just going to use bump maps when it comes to Brawl models. It's just the safer way to go about it. I could generate an entirely separate UV map and like duplicate the texture and mirror it. And then like un-overlay the UV maps, but that's just work and I don't really want to do that. So I'm going to move away from normal maps. A lot of the characters that I've done before the Ice Climbers basically have that, but I'm moving away from that. Anything before then, I have to basically do a lot of touching up. There's a lot of work to do, basically. But I have to generate. Now that we're talking about it, I do have to do some generation. So, we're going to go ahead and just do that really quick. So I'll need to do it. I don't really need to do it for the... I should do it for the blaster. Just because we're changing. So, what I'm going to do... Crazy Bump. I don't want to visit the forum, actually. Open to begin. No map, no wrapping, because these are dumb that way. Open this map up. Gonna get the load. Of course it crashes. I'll just do that sometimes. You just gotta live with it. Let's try to go about this quick. I know going about this quick won't be possible, but I'm gonna try to go as quick as I can. So we'll just go with that for now. And the thing that's nice about having smart, when you do these smart generations, is if you have a good program, you can go from normal map to displacement pretty cool. It'll generate the both, and it usually works out pretty well, so. One thing you'll notice is that I'm generating my bump maps, as I'm calling them, as TIF files, instead of like PNGs or JPEGs. The reason being is that I'm trying to save 16-bit TIFFs instead of 8-bit PNGs or JPEGs, just for extra detail within the bump map and smoother gradients. It really matters in the case of bump maps just because of how bland, or like just how they don't lack like directional detail. They're just sort of up and down. They're not like a left and right. So, or end and in and out. So it's kind of necessary. There's a lot of details basically. You really have to take into account. And as a consistency, I've generally been using an going to displacement, enhancing the detail to about 90, so I get a usable sort of bump map for my models. If I didn't enhance the detail, they'd be way too soft and you really wouldn't notice anything. It's odd though that my Twitch chat isn't connecting in my restream. That's my restream chat. It's just weird. Not a big deal, but it's odd. So there's this bump map here. It's not too big a concern, but I'm gonna make it anyway. For the face, it won't particularly matter, and for the eyes, it won't matter either. But I'm thinking, because here's where I'm starting to come into sort of like, I really have to make a decision based on how I want to do Falco. I already did Fox with fur, and I'm really debating I want to do Falco in a similar way to be consistent between the two. But at the same time, he's feathers and not fur, so that's where my sort of like, my struggle is deciding like, how do I really want to do this, you know? It's just a detail. It's just an issue that I have. You can even soften this a little bit, but like, I'd rather Even a softening of one would help, like, smoothen everything out, but you lose a lot of the fine detail. Alright, all that's left is the jacket and the pants. Basically, there's a lot of bump maps to make. Okay, so that's there. We got all our displacements out of the way. Close it out. I mean, like, alright, hold on. It has been done. I just need to find the guy that did one. Where is the guy that did it? Like, it's certainly possible to get... Because, like, you had a young birds have a lot of down, but Falco's not that young, so we're not going to be making, like, a down type of fur. Like, it's definitely possible within hair particle systems. I think I found the one. Yeah, this bird right here. This is entirely within Blender. And the hair is particle system. That hair is a particle system. Like, the particle system that I'm using. It's just designed so that the hair is bunches together like it's feathers. So I'm thinking in my head, yo, this is totally feasible for me to do a similar sort of hair. You know what I'm saying? If he did it, I think I can do it. You know what I mean? And I sort of understand already how he did it. It's when he's generating so when you generate hairs in Blender, you're going to have a bunch of these lines that are just sort of like a bunch of the preview guidelines. It's usually like at a smaller number from the final number, and then all the other hairs are added in, and then they're interpolated based on the direction of the guide hairs that you already set up. I know, a lot of words. But then each of those hairs, because they're not going to take up that much space on the mesh, you can have each of those hairs generate child hairs. And because they're children and they have a direct parent, what you can do is you can generate a bunch of children that only go out so far from the parent, and then they always curve into like the parent, and you can make like a feather shape based off of the children and the parent hair. Then you just need enough parent hairs to fill out the entire mesh, and bada bing bada boom, you have feathers. So a lot of words, really fast, but I think I have an idea of what I'm doing, so I think I just want to go with it, you know? I gotta get everything else out of the way first. So we're gonna go into Falco here, and we're gonna go object at a time, basically. As I do with everything else, object at a time. Alright, so let's see here. His face, if I reference Fox's face material, it's gonna basically look like this. Just not with the fox texture. More with this texture. And we already have the fur. So, what I want to do, actually, is I want to separate out into different mesh areas his eyelid, his head and fur, and his mouth. I want to separate those out. So I want to go ahead and make, well, his beak, I guess. So we're going to make a couple of vertex groups, just so I have those two out of the way. And then I can make a third from that called feathers. So first we're going to just, let's see here, start by doing a broad selection of the ones that are very obviously not the feathers. Got a question for you. What's heavier? A kilogram of steel or a kilogram of feathers? That's right. It's a kilogram of steel. Is steel heavier than feathers? Alright. I'm also getting the mouth in here because it's part of the beak. You probably won't end up seeing it by the time I'm like at that point, but I might as well mark it all off, you know? Okay, I think that's the beak. So we're gonna take that and assign it there. So if I deselect, select, okay, cool. So I'm gonna select the eyelid area, or the eye area, where I know there won't be any fur generated. Hey, what's going on, Cassie? Thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. How you doing? I'm doing alright. We're doing things. We're gonna make Falco look pretty. Like I made Fox look pretty here. And by that I mean, we're gonna make Fox look pretty and Falco look pretty the way that I made all of this look kind of pretty. So like that. Alright, so I got that. If I assign it and I deselect it, I reselect it, that should be everything, I think? Yeah, okay, I think that's good. Hold on. Yeah, I think that's it. Cool. So I can now... I select everything else, but then I deselect beak and eyelid. I've now... Almost. Actually, what I can do, I can select the beak, I can select eyelid, and then invert the selection. Invert the selection again? Did I? I got, I knew I'd find something. Yeah, okay, hold on. So now I've selected those, so now let me hit, the remove. I think I assigned something in the wrong area. Hold on. Gotta select all of these guys too. Assign those again. Alright, so now if I go into edit mode, select that. Okay, there we go. So you selected that. I also select this. Now I invert the selection. Okay, this is everything I want. So now I have all the area where the feathers would be generated. Assign it there. So now I have that grouped out. And we'll deal with that later. It's going to become relevant later as I work on more specific material stuff. Alright, next object is his jacket. Unlike Fox's jacket, he doesn't have his sleeves rolled up, so I don't really need to worry about that. So let me just grab these really quick. I'll apply the bump maps all later, mostly because they're going to be different to apply than Fox's, the normal maps I did on Fox. I'm going to have to change Fox anyway. This is the wrong texture. Let's go back. I want his jacket texture, not this texture. Alright, so there's the jacket. I just want to take a quick look at the mesh. So far the mesh looks to be separated out well enough for me to do what I need with it later. Good. Good. Don't worry about that later. Then more of his hands, which is gonna basically copy the material here, but on his hands. So, not too big a deal. Output, material output, here we go. Just used to do a 0.5 now, and then, is it holster? It is holster as well, interesting. And it shares the material with his leather pistol holster on his thigh, so we'll have to change that out in a second. Well, when we get to that object. These are all little strappy bits. Jacket A, which would be on his jacket texture. Is there any transparency involved here? I think there might be. We'll have to see. So let's see here. So for now, we'll just copy the jacket texture outright. The zippers I will have to change to metal later. So, that's fine. Let me see here. Is there alpha transparency on the zipper? I know Fox's has alpha transparency, but it doesn't seem like Falco's does, which is interesting. Wait, there is alpha. Aha. This is... okay. I think it's worth looking. Alright, so shader, mix shader, shader transparent, plug, 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 click. So I have all these transparent areas. What I can do is I believe I can set them in here to settings, alpha blend. There we go. So now it sort of looks like close to the way it would look in game with the transparency and everything. Alright, so next object is headset, which I already squared away. Next object is visor, which I've nearly fixed. I'll fix it later. This is the holster, which already has a texture on it for now. This is the leather strap, which will use the same from here. If anything, I should just copy this really quick. But it uses... this is the jacket texture, so I don't want that. The holster texture. Plug that into here. Is there an alpha transparency here? There is a very slight alpha channel. That's annoying, but okay, sure. Like, that's just... whatever. Sure. Fine. Okay. Not a big deal. Moving on. Next object is... scarf. Scarf, scarf, scarf. Let's copy the shader from the material from here. Minus the normal. I don't need it. I'll get a different... where's his scarf? It's in his boots texture? That's weird, but okay, sure. Next is his bodysuit, which also merges with his jacket, frustratingly enough. I'll have to separate those out later, in terms of material. Alright, use nodes, delete, paste, get rid of that. Then we want, where will it be? Pants. Yeah, it's the inside of his jacket. It's just annoying that it's the inside of his jacket is there as well. But whatever, we'll work with it. Then his belt. Alright, I already used that, so that's fine. The blaster, That is his shine. His reflector. Shine reflector. Basically, I want everything but those. So let me copy this. Go back to this shine blippity blip over here. So use nodes, delete, paste. That's using Fox's blippity blip. So where is Falco's blippity blip? I think this is the one. This is the one, yes, okay. So that's a blip blip. Okay, so now I want to separate out the glowy bit from the not glowy bit. This is a tricky bit. But I also think I can... Hold on. So if I just, for now, if I do this... the entire shine is like that. But then if I select just this bit, assign it a new material slot, but make that material so far. I like that both his and Falco's shine are called Weapon Fox Blaster. And then just make this an instance. And then do this. That works for me, I think. I think it works for me. Good enough. I'll tweak it more later. Oh, Tokyo Machine's out of the way. Ran through all of it. Damn, that was quick. Alright. If anyone has any music suggestions, I'll take them. But until then, I'm just gonna randomly click until I find something I want to listen to. I'm listening to. Was I like Queens? I'm not feeling it right.
North from here?
I like the Gorillas too, but not feeling it right now. I like Scale the Summit too, but I'm also not feeling it right now. Let me shuffle everything I've stacked up here. Nope, not Melthelm, no Joe Satriani, no Scandal, no Foo right now. Chiari? I don't even know. Chiari. Intervals? Okay, James. Fuck, okay, this'll work for now. This'll work for now. But we're not even working on Zelda. I did Zelda because I was working on Zelda and Sheik, and I thought that was very appropriate, but I'm not even working on those two right now. The only other two left are then Toon Link and Ganondorf down the line. We'll get to Ganondorf soon enough. Oh, boots. I remember there was a lot of annoying nonsense I dealt with the boots. I had separate metal and rubber areas for the boots. I think this time I only need to worry about the difference between the metal and the rubber, which is fine. I'll deal, well, what I perceived as rubber. So, we'll worry about that when we get to it. Boots A2. I'm assuming this has an alpha area. Like if I take this. Yeah, there's an alpha area. Of course there's an alpha. What was I thinking? There wouldn't be any alpha. can do the same thing here, set that to alpha blend, because why not? Same here. Alright, that's straps. I'll deal with the actual materials later. That's my plan, really. Deal with them all later. Alright, eyeballs. Eyeballs are the complex ones. Always, every single time. Need at least 2 of these. We're gonna have 3 textures in here. And then the way that they get UV mapped is important. So let's see here. Texture, no, input, UV map. Nope. Nope. Okay, cool. So that's that one. Alright, so then the eye. This is probably like this. Like that. And the same thing probably happens with this guy. This is 2, this is 1, this has to be 0. I am correct. I am correct. I am very correct. What did I say the mucous membranes were set at now? 1.2. Okay, cool. That's one eye. And then the other eye is basically a mirror. But with different UV maps. Let me hide this really quick because it's in my way. Even the eye. Yeah. We'll probably only end up seeing one of Falco's eyes in pose. Okay, so for now, I have a basic setup of how he looks. That's all I need for now. Because now we get into the posing bit. Yeah, eyes are just annoying, but whatever. Okay, so pose. Let me pull up my reference channel. I had my couple of... Yes. Question is, 2 guns, 1 gun? I think 1 gun is fine. Yeah, just the 1 gun. Because in-game you only ever use the 1 gun. As much as, for some reason, he had 2 blasters in the cutscene. I can just do... Let's do the 1 blaster. I am tired for some reason. Okay, James Spanner. Yeah, the one gun will be fine. Alright, so now we have Falco. If we have Fox posed like this, I want to sort of be able to have Falco sort of like mirror almost. Not mirror, but like sort of like represent an opposite side or a reflection of Fox. So hold on. Right now Fox is scaled to like, I forgot what I scaled him to. 0.25. So we'll do the same with Fox for now. I mean Falco. Jesus. Insane. Alright, so let's hide that bad boy. Let's get to posing. Oops. New scene, there we go. Alright, so for now, let's sit here. So I'm gonna be completely, just go completely like whoop whoop off of it. Like, I was even thinking Falcon might be upside down for this one. I'm gonna go like, wait, what? Upside down, you say? Like, what the heck am I talking about, right? What the hell could I possibly be talking about by that? What do I possibly mean? I don't even know myself. All I know is Falco's likely going to be upside down, and that's fine. We're gonna start with Falco upside down. And you're like, what the fuck is this guy on? Upside down? What the heck would he possibly do to that? I'm like, I don't know yet myself, but we'll find out. I've yet to really figure out what it is I want to do myself. So really, I'm just really sort of playing around, trying to get an understanding of what it is that I want to do with this Falco. I feel like I do this too often with too many of my characters. Well, too many of my poses. There's a lot of this going on with the legs. It's just kind of natural, though. Like, it just happens in a lot of different poses. Yeah, Falco does prefer the air, so I'd like to preferably have an airborne pose. So... oh look, it's his multi-jab. There's his multi-jab. Oh, I see, for the jacket. For the jacket. I see. Okay, we're gonna set the scene up the same way I set up Zelda's. I'm gonna do this. Oh, hey look, Bravely Default. Specifically, when the ship is flying through the air. And you know who else prefers the air? It's actually decently topically appropriate. surprisingly enough. We're gonna have something like this, not exact, but like something like this. I'll mess with it more, particularly the initial body rotation, as I try to figure out what it is exactly I want to do with Falco. I'm starting to think something along this like body curve like this would be good. I kind of want to have his back be straight, just purely for the posture reasons of like keeping your back controlled. Only would I have it, I would only really have it do left and right twist, not so much forward and backward bend. So, then do some weird stuff. Let's see here. Where's his arms? His shoulders? It's not, it's his right shoulder. Oof, yeah, that's gonna be rough. Every single link, man. Too many links. I don't even know. Boring. Oh, Michi M though. Michi M is good. Michi M is good. I know Michi M is good. I'm alright with this. Alright, let's try messing with this arm. It's already really a weird ass pose. The more and more I'm working on this, I'm like, I fucking chose some weird constraints for this pose. The more and more I work on it, I'm like, this is looking kind of hecka bad right now. Needs a lot of tweaking, but hopefully I come up with something. I wanted something really interesting too, but I might not be able to get anything. Now that I actually put it into place, I'm like, no, this isn't working. Alright, hold on. Let's go ahead and reset everything. Resets. Yeah, nothing's... it's not... I'm not getting anything out of it the way I would like, so... Resets it is. Resets it is. That didn't work out at all the way I thought it would. Alright, what if instead then I tried something along the lines of take this waist, bend it in a little bit. We're gonna go similar to the Samus route from before. Similar. Let's take him into the air a little bit. Let's see here. Give his hand just a little bit of a twist so you can sort of see the blaster. Or maybe I'll worry about that after I position the rest of the body. I'm starting to worry now that the pose I'm going for is basically too much that is getting too close to this. And like, it's the same pose really. Ah, fuck. I'm gonna, let's see here. I'm really... What's going on, Obscore? This is really... I'm gonna put Fox in here, yeah? Let me snap the cursor to this camera. Let me just rotate Fox around. Let me rotate him around that point. So, okay, so I have Fox there. So now I'm gonna try to manipulate the Falco to sort of play around this Fox. That's really ideally what I'd like to do. I'd like to be able to like put them in the same scene and I could, you know, have it work. You know? That's ideally what I'd like to do. Now we'll turn off the lights. We'll turn this off. I don't need to see them. Let me see the armatures for now either. Okay, I'm getting a bit of a better idea now. Yeah, I'm thinking this might be the way I go about it, Link. Like, this is just the easiest way to visualize, like, having a pose where these two sort of, like, generally interact, you know? I have to be very conscious of everything now, though. Alright, I'm starting to feel more comfortable with how this is coming along. Starting to get there. Starting to get there. I'm not sure. I know, like, Falco, like, the arms crossed, whole sort of thing. Oh my god, is this... this is fucking Full Metal. Damn it. Forgot that I thumbs up this years ago. Fucking Christ. Alright, whatever. I'll roll with it. Fuck. The tricky thing, I think, is going to be figuring out what the rest of his body is doing, quite honestly. Because I think if I were to pair Falco with Fox in this manner, I would be okay with it. Like one going left, one going right, one's more forward, one's more backward, sort of a thing. I need to just check now really quick. I think if I look this up, I'll be able to get an animation for Falco's there. Melee. SSB wiki will ever load! There it is, that's what I wanted to see. He keeps his left leg thrown down, and generally he raises his right leg in the air. Like, if I were to try to involve his unique pose, I'd basically have to rotate his entire body around. Take my life, 'cause it's already over. So it's tricky to really sort of think about a good pose this way. Let me check here his neutral special. Okay, but okay, so now if I compare, like, because if we compare the way sort of Fox wields his blaster, sort of. Fox. For both of them, neither of them particularly do the tactically reasonable thing where you kind of have your entire body sort of braces against the side that you're shooting on. I'm trying to think now. If I wanted to take this and make it more like flary, like fancier, it would be tricky to do so. Okay, without any regard for... I'm starting to not like this pose. I don't like this idea. Alright. Scrapping this one too. Not liking where this is going. Basically. Not liking where this is going, sadly. So, another scrap. Alright, man. I might just go with something that is more like his traditional blaster pose. That might be the most easily recognizable one. Yeah, okay. Man, that sucks. Alright. That happens, I guess. Take a look at how he holds himself during that. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. A little bit of the Tide Fox for now. I don't need to see him right now. Man, I really would have liked that to have worked out too. I'm just struggling to think now. How would I really like gotten it to work like as a whole? Would have been very tricky actually. So it's fine. It's fine that I just didn't get anything out of it. Learning process. Process of elimination. Eventually I'll come up to something that I like, you know? Oh, it's Dream Theater. Bye, Dream Theater. Is this Zed? This is Zed. Yeah, it's Zed. Okay. Alright, back to this. Figure out what I want this Falco to do. SSB4 and Brawl. Falco. Falco. Of course, it's just the dare. Look at that. Oh, they don't have his hitboxes for his laser in Smash 4. That's interesting. Yeah, no laser here. Not particularly, can't particularly say I'm surprised, I guess. Same sort of thing. If I had to consider his modern blaster, laser blast. Alright. Let's try to work with that then. Alright. Let's see what I can do here. Take the waist, tilt it a little this way. Let's take his right leg. Bring it up a good amount. Knee, bring it in. Left leg. Bring it out some. Also bring it up. Not nearly as far though. Then his other knee. I need to rotate the legs a little. Take a look at his hitboxes, because those are the only ones that are really useful to me. This knee should be coming in a good amount more. This leg. Other leg, bring it down some. Bring it out some more, rotate it around a little. right leg. Okay, so far so good. Yes, I do. Well, yeah, actually, that was the one. I remember there was another add-on, and everyone freaked out over it after a while. Just for being doing some advertising nonsense that no one was happy with. I forget which one the add-on that was, and so I switched images when that happened. I remember. Is this right leg? Yeah. No, I want the left leg then. Okay, I have the waist here now. A little bit of give it a little bit of a, take the hip, throw it back a little. Take the waist, bring him in a little. A little more. And twist it around just a touch. Just a touch. Take his, let's look at his shoulders. Gun shoulder, bring it in a good amount. Down as well. And now take this shoulder joint. Take this arm as well. So, well, don't want to translate. I want to rotate. Take this waist, take this hip and rotate it a little like I'm looking at these legs again, I'm like, I need to roll them some more. Take this foot back. Take this leg, bring it up. Not happy with it all. So in that case, this leg should be much significantly higher up. Alright, so we hold his waist in. Busts can probably twist. Too much of a twist. Too much twist. Take his neck. faster. Take this other shoulder, bring it down some more. Or even brought down a lot. He deliberately goes out of his way to have his gun sideways. Gonna do the same here. Need to manipulate his arm some more. Days into melodies, and since I can't stay, I'll just keep playing back these fragments of time. Everywhere I go, these moments will shine. I'll just keep playing back. Oh yeah, it's a super useful extension actually, just to not have to open up images all the time. It's pretty cool. Especially if you're on sites like Reddit a lot. Oh my god. And even if whether or not you do have RES, you can just sort of like view images. Okay, this is just sort of like an arms crossed thing. That looks stupid as heck, and we're going to be better. We're going to try to be better than that. Familiar faces I've never seen, living the gold and the silver dream, making me feel like I'm 17. Crystal clear that I don't ever want it to end. If I had my way, I would never leave. Keep building these random memories, turning our days into melodies. But since I can't stay, I'll just keep playing back these fragments of time. Everywhere I go, these moments will shine. It's also the right shoulder that's really sort of being problematic about it as well. If I creased it, I just want to see what that would look like. Well, like smoothing it out. How does it affect the bends? That makes them more believable. Okay, sure. I won't be too anal about it then. let's take this leg and extend it some more. Only a very small bend, please. Alright, we'll see you when you get back there, Link. It's basically the Air Blaster animation, but I'm gonna try to flare it up a little more than the normal animation. We're gonna try to be a little fancy. Just a little fancier. A little more accentuated. I've already accentuated it a good amount. Oof. How do I want to position his hand? I don't want to, well, I also need to figure out how I want to position him as a whole. In which case, I could probably drop his arms just a little. So I want to make sure he's not clipping too badly into himself. Not too badly. Shoulders can't be uptight. He has to sort of really be relaxed when he's doing his gunshot, as it's in his character to be this sort of like chill about it, I guess. He's a very heated character, but he can still, I'm sure he's not like super like uptight, so gotta have him, gotta have that sort of presented part of who he is. Because his hands don't do this flare thing on in the air, they only do it on the ground. But we're gonna have him do it in the air because why the heck not? Okay, so that's that. I think I can take this tail and probably gonna point it upwards. Be a little better visible. A little bit of flare as well going up. Increase visibility. This also be more visible. Let's see. How are they taking? That's really thrown out to sort of accentuate the tail end of his silhouette. Let's see here. How could I do this? Let me turn off back face calling first. I can see them from other angles more so. We can sort of this one's gonna be playing for a minute if I let it. As much as I love Dream Theater. It's gonna be going if I let that song go. 24 minutes will be on that song. I'm not feeling it. I don't really like Icona Pop either. Oh my god! It's Undertale. Alright, whatever. Whatever. I'm done pressing the button for now. Alright, let's deal with his... So, that's that for now. What I'm going to do now is since I just got the basics of the pose out of the way, I want to polish the model now. So we're gonna take everything that's visible. We're gonna go to the modifiers. We're gonna go to the pose. And for now, right now we're in the pose position, but we're gonna go to the rest position while I edit. So I can go ahead and edit everything properly. So let me just open up a new interface here for that. Go back here, make new face. I'm basically going to be doing this. Now we go one object at a time again. So let's see here. So take all of that. I'm going to select everything here except, well, mostly just everything here. Gonna Control 2. Then go one object at a time as I go smooth everything out. Do that. These are ticked off. Okay. Some creasing areas. Do that. First things first is to figure out where to really start doing it. Let's start with around the beak. Just around. Alright. Okay, that part's been defined off now. Let's hit that with like a 0.8 for now. And do the same going all the way back here. And then like take sort of like this area with a 0.6. Up to here with like a 0.5, 0.3, and then what I really need to do though is to go back into the pose for a second, leave rest position back into pose position, and manipulate his mouth just for now. Hip, waist, bust, not back, neck, head, mouth. Just so I can, whoa. So I can sort of see the inside and edit it that way. Like that. This is 0.6. We're gonna 0.6 it all the way down to here. So we're gonna hit it with like 0.8, I guess. Same with that line and that line. increase that with a 0.95, well as that. So yeah, right now it looks like Falco's yelling. His mouth won't be open, so I don't really care about any of this area. I just really wanted to sort of define the beak shape when his mouth is closed. So that'll take care of that mostly. I'll go back to mouth, reset the rotation on that. Yeah, we're fine. I need to do the rest of the face. Five there. Take this line, give it like a 0.6. So far, so good. With this line, usually that gets a hard carve off as well. So I'll hit it like another 0.95. We're gonna go around this bottom edge right here. Again with the 0.95s, because it's all I know how to do, apparently. Then, gonna go around this smaller area. Another. This one's 0.8, I believe. We'll take that line and that line, hit them with 0.95s. Same over here. Yeah, the eyes are sharply defined now, so now it's just these little feathery bits that are here. Gonna be annoying. Falco is always a little annoying to work on. The boy knows it though. He knows he's a pain to work on. He knows. Whatever. But yeah, it's really whatever. What I should do now though is go back here really quick. Just make everything visible for a second and just sort of move him around a little. Do I want that foot up or not? No, that's fine. Let me just get some positioning. And give him some rotation. Alright, that works out for me. Cool. Okay, so far so good. Save this just so I don't lose it, because I have a feeling we're gonna see a crash today. Yeah, okay. Let's go back to polish. Seven's probably right. Okay. Same with right here. Dealing with spiky bits like this on characters that need to get smooth, that aren't gonna turbo smooth, is actually a big pain. But we have tricks up our sleeves. Well, I have tricks up my sleeve to generally make it easier to work with, or just to get around weird issues. Yeah, it's better. Oh boy. Okay, so let's get that. But then that's not enough. Oh, that's like 0.7. Whoa, I don't want to go into that. The other side you don't really ever see, so I'm not too concerned about it. Beyond what I've touched, yeah, I'm not super concerned about that side. Now, the finishing touch, I'll do that one. Okay, that's that object. Let's move on to the next object. Okay, so far, so good, I guess. Oh, I remember this bit. These corners have more mesh and they're rigged tighter. I remember this. Let's first of all just run this perimeter. It's like 0.8, I guess. Something? Yeah. Let me take this vertex. Let me hit smooth vertex. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I think that's enough to get it done. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, cool. Now for this face, we're gonna point. Not necessary. I will need to hit like 0.2s. I might need to tighten up that corner or something. I don't know actually. I might need to go and separate objects and merge it back in together. But I'll get to that when I get to that. Now go all the way around here, back down, go like 0.5 or something. Get these little dudes. I need to go back to pose rest position. The head was easy enough because there wasn't like anything overlapping on itself, but here it's kind of more annoying. Here, here, like a 0.8 or something. Here as well. Okay, do the same on the other one. And 5 on the bottom, and then 0.8. Sea Biscuits, what's going on? How you doing? So that's a 0.95. Here, 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 here. What am I listening to right now? Moving on. We're moving on. Yo, Spaz Kid and Caro Caro Bonito. Yo, I like bops like 5 times over.
Rain, shine or snow, bring someone you know. Yeah, the best place to go is the daytime disco. Dance, take
What is this thing? I think it's like a badge or something. So we're gonna give it like a hard edge. Yeah, there we go. That'll work. Alright, let's see here. We want to make this distinction pretty strong. So we'll go there, there. Like 8 it, I guess. And we're gonna take this loop around the arm. Also, probably hit it with another 0.8. Yeah, that looks right. Same with this sort of back protrusion. Though the more and more I work on this, I'm like, I should probably just go back and fix the other side of the face, yeah? I don't know. We'll see where I go with this. Look at this bottom edge.
Don't worry, you're cool. It's perfectly natural to get down with KKB. Rain, shine or snow, bring someone you know. Yeah, the best
Okay.
to go is the daytime disco. Dance, take
Not so far.
throw back and relax. You can just be yourself at the daytime disco. Rain, shine or snow, bring someone you know. Yeah, the best place to go is the daytime disco. Dance, take a chance, throw back and relax. You
Oh my
can
god,
just
this is gonna be a
be
pain.
yourself at the daytime disco.
Okay, that's fine. Hey. Okay. What's next? Oh, this is a good song. This is a good song. This is never a bad song. This is always a great song. Never a bad song. Alright, let's see. Anything else that I need to sort of